Graham Christie at the George and Dragon in Hurstbourne. Graham, tell me what's going on this evening.
Well, we're having our bi-weekly meeting of the Thruxton Motorcycle Club. It's been running now for something like 15, 16 months and going from strength to strength.
There's not many landlords that would put up with 80 bikers or so turning up at their pub. I mean, you must be a bike fanatic yourself.
Well, hardly a fanatic, but I think you could call me a born-again biker. I started in my teens, obviously, when motorcycling was a different ballgame to what it is now. But having left motorcycling and then come back to it some number of years later, I find there's quite a number of gentlemen in the same sort of situation, keen on motorcycles and getting back into it.
All getting very exciting now. We've stood outside the George and Dragon and actually, where have the motorbikes got to? We're waiting to see 60 motorbikes turn up, but just keep watching this space on Town TV. Here comes someone. Here comes somebody. Here's another motorbike. There's a Kawasaki roaring in. This is Frank. Frank, why did you come without your motorbike?
I knew you were going to ask me that question.
What are you doing, coming in a car?
It's rather like a chef, working in the kitchen all day long with a la carte meals and everything. He gets a bit fed up of steak.
Yeah, we did the chef at Esserbourne Manor last week, so he's on this week.
Now, quite frankly, I do work with motorcycles all day long and I'm involved with motorcycle people all day long. And I do get the opportunity from the shop to ride a bike. But of course, I got a young family and I got to see to all of that first. I get more enjoyment out of seeing these people enjoy their biking than I do myself.
So how many members you got in the club?
To date, we've got the best part of 200 members, of which there are 100 really active members who don't miss it. You know, they don't just come from Andover, they come from all over the place. I mean, Newbury, Winchester, Southampton, Salisbury. You know, we've got a very wide base of members in the club, yeah.
So how did you get the name the Thruxton Motorcycle Club?
Well, in fact, we have, as you may already know, the motorcycle shop in Andover opposite the railway station. And many customers came to us and said, you know, is there any clubs around or whatever? And we decided that we would invite some of our regular customers to see if they liked the idea. 115 letters were sent out and 105 people turned up that night, so obviously there was a need for it. And words got around between the motorcyclists themselves that it is just a nice social motorcycling club.
This looks nice bike at the back here. What's this one?
That's a Honda CBR 1000, gained to local people. The first one that came in was a Kawasaki GPZ500, and that is the wife of the chap who's riding the CBR 1000. So we don't just have all male-dominated members here. There's an awful lot of lady members, as you'll see later on.
That's very good. Come on then. Come on, say a few words for Town TV.
Hello everybody.
Most people expect to see it full of males riding motorbikes, and you're an exception to that rule, I guess.
Women can ride just as well as men, and just as fast.
Good for you. What bike is this?
An LC 250. Yeah. It's quite quick off the mark.
Yeah. Frank was telling me you're one of the founding members of this organisation. Is that right?
I wasn't here from the start, but I came here started from last September. And it's just a great community with all the bikers. We do a lot of outings, stuff like that, charity events.
Yeah. Frank, so tell me about this charity event you did at Thruxton.
Last year, the members decided that they would like to do something worthwhile for the children in need that comes on BBC television. And the manager of Thruxton Race Circuit is quite a colleague, and he suggested that we could use the circuit for a whole day. Not all of the circuit, but a good stretch of the circuit. We had the Gullwing Owners Club up there. The BBC came down and filmed it all, and we actually did get invited up to the BBC studios at Southampton. They made us very welcome. They put us in the hospitality suite, and we got 2 minutes of fame on the Children in Need programme about 11:30 at night. About 40 of us went down to the studios, and we raised well over £1,000, and it was well worth it. Graham is an enthusiastic motorcyclist. What more could you want? You know, a mature landlord who's a motorcyclist.
How can you say Town TV? Right, here we are in the High Street, and actually behind the camera is Miguel. That's our cameraman.
Cheers.
Well done, Miguel. You've done a great job today. I'm Alan Grinley. I'm the producer of this show, and next to me is Tony Murray. He's sales director. So, Tony.
Well, for all your advertising or anything else, give me a ring. I'm always at the end of the line.
On Andover 351853. I'm the producer, and if you've got any local news events or anything happening at all, raves or parties or weddings or whatever, just give me a call on Andover 351853 and we'll be there to cover it. Town TV, over and out. Welcome, Town TV viewers, to a beautiful valley 2 miles north of Whitchurch, and rather unusual farm this, because you're not going to really expect to see what you're going to see. So, but anyway, I'll let you talk to Charles Cunningham of Woodlands. Charles, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What do you have behind us here?
I have, in fact, 8 acres of vines, 2 acres in the near section here planted in 1989, and a further 6 acres the following year. The highest quality ones are the champagne varieties, matching the champagne chalk and hoping to match the champagne product at the end of the day. I have a number of other varieties, some French, some German, and that enables me to produce white and red.
Are there many vineyards in this part of the world?
Not in this very part of the world. On the main map of vineyards of England, there's a bit of a hole just in this area, which I've managed to fill. The nearest is probably at Danebury.
Right. I happen to like Alsace wines, and I believe you do a Gewürztraminer.
Yes,
type.
similar
Do you?
to Gewürz.
Can we have a little taste of that one?
Yes, we may.
Okay, splendid. We've been working very hard all day, Tony and myself, haven't we, Tony?
We have.
And,
Indeed.
would you like a glass of wine, too?
I'd like one, yeah.
Yes, okay. Right. Well, we're going to try one. Yes, hidden behind the bush. There we go, yeah. Well, you can't really drink one, honey, can you?
I can try.
Can you?
There it is.
I don't want you to get the shakes after this. Oh, this. So what's this we're tasting now?
This is the Madeleine Angevine, which actually it's mostly Madeleine Angevine with a little bit of Seyval, which is the rather rotten growing variety there, or slower growing, I should say.
That's superb. What's the proof of this one? About 11 or something?
Yes, it's actually 11.4%. But
And this is the 92.
yeah, from last year's harvest. Flowering possibly not quite as consistent as it could be, in that these berries are not all uniform size. Those ones there being slightly smaller have flowered a lot later than these other ones, and therefore won't ripen necessarily at the same time. And there are a few gaps in the flowering, so it wasn't exactly 100%.
So you're hoping there's not going to be a really heavy frost between now and October?
Oh, a heavy frost between now and certainly early October would be a disaster. The heavy frost basically browns off the leaves and you just can't get any further ripening. So
keep our fingers crossed.
if the sugars haven't reached the minimum level for winemaking, you just simply are not allowed to go ahead and make wine from them.
We're now on the red here.
Yes, this is my second red variety to go along with Triomphe, that in fact makes up an approximate 50-50 blend for my main red wine. Now, red wine usually takes longer to mature than white, and in fact I probably won't be able to sell this until the early part of next year. So that's well over a year since actual harvest.
So you're telling this is Asian oak?
And at the moment the wine is in fact sitting in oak barrels and picking up some oak nuances and generally aging. And many people rush their red wine to the marketplace. I'm desperately hanging on, and hopefully the end result will be a better product.
Like to eat outside? For great food and fun this summer, come to the Hare and Hounds at Charlton Down, Andover. All the family are welcome. Ring Colin on Andover 75503 to book your table now. The Hatchet Inn at Shoot is surely one of the most picturesque pubs in the county, serving fine wines, real ale, and offering an extensive menu. For reservations, please call Andover 70229.
Hello, I'm Claire.
And I'm Dave.
And I'm Claire as well.
And
he's Dave as well.
Could be.
We're inside the Chantry Centre today. We're going to bring you up to date on the latest news, views and information, more or less entertainment, and what's going on in Andover for the next couple of weeks. What's the first thing you'd like to say, Dave?
Just the fact that we're on the front to sign off, mate.
We are. There we all are.
You're
And
on it.
Here's a couple of nice looking men in a magazine that I found here. Nice lots of muscles there. Time Off on Video, which is all the new releases that are coming out in Andover. We've got Unforgiven,
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I really would like to go and see that because it looks really scary. I just like to add as well about Jurassic Park, which is the new one coming out.
PG rating.
It's supposed to be a PG rating, but I've got little brothers. One of them who's 6, and he went to see it and he was really scared. So I'd like to advise all you mothers out there
And fathers.
if you're going to take your children to see Jurassic Park, I would recommend that it's for maybe over 8 to 10-year-olds, nothing younger than that, because it is quite gruesome and it's quite scary. Even myself haven't been to see it yet. He's been to see it, hasn't he?
I haven't been yet.
He hasn't been yet.
I don't
either.
get time to go to the pictures.
No, nor do I.
Sorry, cinema.
Cinema these days.
Cinema now?
Come up to date, haven't we?
What's the other one we were talking about earlier? Was
Home Alone 2.
2.
No, I went to see Home Alone 2. Actually, I didn't go to see it. I had it on video, and I would have to say that it was one of the best sequels that I've seen. Usually the second films out aren't very good, but this one was better than the first one, and I nearly cried in it, which is unbelievable. At least I was at home though, I didn't cry in the pictures, in the cinema.
What else have we got? Local gig guides.
Where is it?
Let's find it.
It is on page 14 of the Time Off. We've got a big SAD gig list. I don't know if we call them SAD or if it's SAD.
I think it's SAD. It's got
SAD, is it?
full stops in between.
What does
SAD.
it stand for? If anybody knows what SAD stands for, has got any amusing ideas, let us know and we'll let you know.
Delirious are on Off Again.
On again, on again.
Saturday on the 21st of August they're playing at the Bournemouth Winter Gardens. Apparently, according to this, they're second on the bill, which is quite good news for the boys.
This 8-band bash is a benefit gig to raise funds to save this legendary venue where people including Jimi Hendrix, Queen and Pink Floyd have played. I think they're trying to raise cash for it to keep it going, basically.
Look,
Just like
filth and
magazine.
smut.
Loads of nice men, loads of nice bodies.
What about
I think I'm gonna have to
karaoke?
find a few myself. What about karaoke?
Let's give that one a miss.
I'm quite a legend on karaoke myself. I sing the Carpenters. Want me to give you a blast?
You sound like a buzzsaw.
All right then.
And at the Lardy Cake this week, well this month, 15th of August, they've got a charity quiz night. 8ish around about it starts. So that should be a good night. Apparently it's 4 to team, £2 per an entry. Andover Cablevision this month, they've got a special offer. Sky Sports for the whole year for $2.99 a month. So,
Bargain, isn't it?
bargain.
Cheaper twice the price.
Do you get that?
Yes, I do actually.
What, on the old dish?
No, on cable.
Oh, you get it on
But
cable?
all I ever get to watch is snooker and boxing
And Town TV.
and Town TV. Thank you very much, Joe, for supplying us with the time off
Yeah,
and all
smashing,
this
mate.
interesting information that's going to keep people in Andover entertained for weeks and weeks on end. Goes right up to September in here.
That's right, Batesy. Now, where are you off to now, Batesy?
I'm just looking through this here because, I've gone past the men. I'd like to go and see some nice, muscly men. I'm going to get in with them, put on a leotard and a pair of cycling shorts, a pair of trainers. I'm going to do a few exercises to build me pecs up and have a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon. Thank you. It's Claire. Claire from Town TV.
Hey.
Doctor in Winchester.
A large free weight area at the back.
A large what?
Free weight area.
Yeah.
Down the far end. Free weights, dumbbells, barbells, things like that. Okay. Down right below you we've got circuit weights. Okay. What we do is we do a warm up, do a stretch. We normally do circuit weights, then we do a cool down, another stretch. Simple as that. Basic program's about 45 minutes.
So how many sessions will I have to do to feel an effect?
It'd be nice if you do 2 to 3 a week.
2 to 3 a week?
3 would be nice, but the rest stay in between. Something like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, something like that.
And how much is it to join?
It depends. We have all sorts of memberships. We have inclusive memberships. We have platinum, we have gold members, we have regular members, we have fitness, we have health members. It just depends. We've got a big information leaflet downstairs which I can give you. Just let you know.
Right, so I'm going to carry on with us for 8 minutes.
We're going to do 8 minutes on this and warm you up. Hopefully you'll break out into a sweat by then.
I've done 1 minute and 10 seconds so far and I think I'm going to die already. But we'll give it a go. You can stop in a minute if you like, Tony.
Visit Andover Leisure Centre for the biggest and best name in fun and fitness. Superb facilities, friendly atmosphere, qualified staff, and prices that everyone can afford. Something for every age and all tastes, from the under 5s to the over 50s. Call in and see us today, or ring for an information pack. A full guide to the best in sport, exercise and leisure.
Shopping is closer to you, the Chantry Centre.
From fashion to photos, flowers to food, furnishing to fabrics, pharmacies to finance, fitness to footwear and cuddly toys. The Chantry Centre has it all and lots more, all under one roof. And there's parking for over 650 cars. Shop the Chantry way and you'll be...
feeling great. It's the Chantry Centre.
The Chantry Centre in the centre of Andover.
If you come along the Way Hill Road, you'll know this man. He's a great baker of seriously good bread. His cheese straws are to die for. And we're going to go and meet the real one. Come with me. Right, well here we are inside Burbidge. This is John Burbidge and his son Stephen, and this is Valerie Hanson, who helps to direct the company. Is this correct? Yes. John, would you like to tell me how long has the company been here?
Well, we came 55 years ago. Oh, correction, 57 years ago, sorry. When I was 2 years old. So that's how I know.
And it was a smaller shop.
Yes. It was basically just a bakery in those days, and it was a fraction the size of this shop, with a field alongside of it.
So you've now built up the supermarket and the post office.
Well, that was in my grandfather's day, the bakery. He was the baker.
Yeah.
And my son is now taken over on that side of it. Since then, we've added, as you see, to a self-service store and post office.
It's a really good community store for this area.
Well, we sincerely hope so. That's what we aim at.
Stephen, you're the baker. What time did you get up this morning?
Oh, it was about 1:15 this morning. Yeah, quite early.
So you're ready to go to bed now?
Yeah.
And what time do you bake until?
Well, we finished about 11 o'clock. About 11 o'clock in the morning, yeah. And like you say, cheese straws we just can't make enough of.
And what is all sorts of different bread, pasties, sandwiches?
We try and do anything that anybody wants. That's obviously
Continental breads as well.
Anything the customers come in and ask that we can try and bring a recipe, or if they've got any recipes we can try. Literally hunt around for different things, keep people's interest up.
You're very busy here, I can see that. Yeah. Valerie, what do you do?
Well, I'm more administration. I do the books, I organise the staff, make sure that everything runs smoothly.
Everything runs smoothly?
Yes, that's right, look after the customers.
And are you open 7 days a week?
Yes, we are.
That's marvellous, isn't it? And the post office keeps busy too?
Oh yes, very busy, because it serves the community, so therefore the shop and the post office go together, you see.
It's great, we need more of these. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Say cobblers to Andover, I mean it in the nicest possible sense. Because we're outside the Cox family cobblers, and we're going to meet the family. Come with me. Right, this is Mr. John Cox, who's a cobbler and not a shoe repairer. There is a difference, is that right?
Yeah, I'm a shoe repairer first of all, but I'm a cobbler. The difference being, of course, a cobbler can put his hand to anything, whereas a shoe repairer basically just repairs shoes.
Yeah.
And I basically repair everything.
What, not just shoes, other bits
harness,
of leather?
Everything, anything connected with leather, or bags, or anything like that.
You look after. You've got some fabulous hunting boots.
Oh, they come to us.
They can be repaired like that?
We'll sort something out, no doubt. They come to us from all over the world, thank God, and it enables me to earn a living.
Oh, wonderful. And the smell in here.
Well, we do wash occasionally. Not very often, but occasionally.
How long have you been here, Mr. Cox?
We must have been here, 20 years probably. We started in 1944 in 105 High Street. And then we had the development of Andover, where the LCC came down and wanted to expand Andover. And then we moved to 19 High Street. And they wanted 19 High Street as well, so they offered us premises in South Street, which was the old Standard Press, the Standard Press building where the Standard Press went. And then these shops became available and we came up here.
And you're very busy.
Well, no, we earn a living. I wouldn't say we're busy. I don't think the green shoots of success have arrived.
Not in Andover.
No.
Do you find that a lot of people, would have given a pair of shoes up for Dad, and you say, well, no, we can do a bit more with
No,
them?
it's the other way around. They come for advice first.
Do they?
And I'm a consultant shoe repairer now. I don't repair shoes so much as to tell them to take them back and moan.
Thank you very much, Mr.
That's all right, my love, anytime.
On TV? Yeah.
Peugeot 106 Summer Specials, Key West and Key Largo.
Hello, I'm Derek Baker, 3H Motors, Wayhill Road, Peugeot. Come on up and have a chat.
Woolworths are now reopened for business. Step inside.
We're here today at Harroway School for the Activities Week, which is a football activities week. I'm talking to Kevin Brown, who's the coach of the teams, are you?
That's right, yes. I've tried to put together a week for the children. I don't think there's too much in Andover going on in that respect, and I felt there was a need for this kind of week to be put in place.
So how long has it been running, this sort of?
We've been running since Monday, and we'll be finishing tomorrow, which is Friday. And we've had a really enjoyable week, and I think the children have as well.
This is the first year you've done it?
It is, yes, and hopefully it's been successful. We've got 55 children on it, so we would like to look to run one perhaps at the next half term.
Are all these children here aspiring young football players?
We've got some very good ones, yeah, but I think the main emphasis on the week is for the kids to enjoy it, and if they pick up some football knowledge along the way, then that's a benefit.
Hey, are you getting this?
The museum basically tells the story of military flying from the 1785 when we started using balloons for real. The idea of military flying was to see over the hill, to see what the enemy were doing. They did it in the Iraqi war with satellites. They started off by using balloons, They were used in the South African War, in Sudan, in Bechuanaland.
So that's 1785.
1785 was when we started experimenting with them. We then come on to a gentleman called Samuel Franklin Cody, who was an American showman. He tried to persuade the American War Office to use kites as observation platforms. In 1907, in October 1907, he, with a Colonel Capper, flew this dirigible balloon from Farnborough over London, and it was reputed that over 1 million people took to the streets to watch it.
I suppose people soon realised military importance of balloons.
That's right. Yeah. And like a lot of these people, he was killed in an fatal air accident. The aircraft just broke up in air, and in 1913, he was killed. And this is his funeral. 50,000 people in Farnborough turned up. He was quite a character.
Quite a famous
character. And in 1911, because the military flying was developing so quickly, they formed the 1st Air Battalion of the Royal Engineers. And a year later, because it was just getting too big for the Royal Engineers to deal with it, they formed the Royal Flying Corps. And that was in 1912. And the Royal Flying Corps was formed with a naval wing and an army wing.
Right.
And then we have the First World War, where aircraft were really used in an aggressive way for the first time. You've got the Sopwith pup here. This is an original, 80% original. It was built in 1916. It was flown by the Royal Naval Air Service. It went to France, was damaged, came back, was rebuilt in England, went back to France, damaged, came back to England, and was then used as a trainer. And it still flies today.
That's amazing. Well, it's an amazing exhibition so far, Mike.
Yeah. There you can see a DH-2, which is de Havilland aircraft. You'll see that it's got a pusher engine. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is that the only way they could fire to the front was by having the aircraft with the engine at the back. Until they developed the interrupter gear, which was really developed by the French, and the Germans got hold of it and really got it onto military aircraft. And that one there, the Sopwith pup, allows you to fire through the propeller, and that's why the propeller is at the front. And so we cross Pegasus Bridge and we enter into the hall itself. The first operation, that glider-borne operation, was in fact carried out by the Germans. The Russians were the people who developed military gliders carrying Russian soldiers. However, the Germans were quite proficient at flying gliders, because after the Versailles Treaty, after the First World War, they were banned from having an air force. To get round this, they trained a lot of people on glider flying. This glider on your right is the Hawser glider. It's an original restored glider. Carried 28 people, and was the most common glider to be used. One of the things about the Museum of Army Flying is we're not an aircraft shed showing everybody what aircraft and how much they weighed and the dimensions. No. We try and actually tell a story, and of course a story is about people. And this little diorama here tells the story of a Staff Sergeant Rickwood, who was a glider pilot, who was recalled off leave to go and fly at Arnhem. And all this stuff in here is original material. You can see Mrs. Rickwood and Staff Sergeant Rickwood on the bookcase there, and their little baby daughter. The dress this lady's wearing here was the dress that she went away with after her wedding. There's her wedding ring, there's the watch she had, and all the bits. And here, are behind this window, are the telegrams saying, return to unit. There's telegrams from the King and so on saying that Staff Sergeant Rickwood had been killed at Arnhem. He didn't die flying the glider, but once the glider pilots had landed, they were trained to be infantrymen. And so they would join the group of people they had flown in as infantrymen, and he died sadly as an infantryman. Is the Hamilcar glider, yes, and you can see a picture there. And we have from the bulkhead here to just aft of the door, and it carried a Tetrarch tank, and it was the biggest wooden constructed aircraft ever built, and it was a mammoth great thing. And you can see we can go upstairs and have a look at it, but you've got the cockpit at the top, while all the other gliders had the cockpit for the crew at the front. This is the other side of the Hamilcar glider, and we can go inside it. What I'd like to show you is what it was like when it came to the museum. And you have here some pictures. It was used by a farmer as a chicken coop, and you can see the corrugated iron roof. And this is how it was built. This one was built by the co-op, and they helped us financially in the restoration of it. And you can see a soldier climbing up the wooden ladder. Mm-hmm. Well, that's how the crew, they climbed up this ladder onto the top to get into the cockpit.
It's very brave to fly these sort of things.
Very. And you can see the chap I was telling you about climbing up the stairs has now come through that trap door. And they walked along this walkway and into the glider itself.
You're telling me you've got something special coming up shortly, I think, in September?
Yes, on the 5th of September there's a Middle Wallop Challenge and air display. The Army have challenged the Navy, the Air Force and the Air Squadron to a 5-discipline flying competition of a hot air balloon, a glider, a free-fall parachute drop, a Chipmunk, a fixed-wing aircraft and a Gazelle. And interspersed in that, of course, will be some flying displays. So it should be a good fun day.
Yeah, well, so Town TV will be there to cover that, but hopefully you'll invite all the people around there to come along and see.
Yes, well, we'll certainly be advertising it and hope they do, because it's a nice place to have an air show on the grass field. It's the biggest grass field in Europe, so it's very pleasant.
OK, well, thanks for taking the trouble to talk to us anyway.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Andover Museum, bringing the past to life.
We at WindowWise supply and install a wide range of windows, doors and conservatories to suit every need and pocket. Expertly fitted by our own installers and covered by a 10-year insurance-backed guarantee. Window Wise, Newbury Street, Andover. Telephone 333 350.
From big band to brass, from Clapton to classics, from amps to ambition. Our personal service at Province Music is guaranteed to help you make a better choice to suit your needs.
Looking for that special job? C&M Employment Services provide a complete, permanent and temporary recruiting service. Our rates are reasonable and we offer a professional and personal approach. Ring us on Andover 351 851 for further details.
Right, here we are at a secret location with Reg Presley this week, and Reg has got a story which is very, very interesting. So I'll let Reg explain it to you.
First off, I'd like to say, what has this lake in Andover got to do with a rice paddy field in Japan and a rice paddy field in Bangladesh? Well, the strange thing is that a rice paddy field in Japan was emptied of its water overnight. The following day, people noticed that there was a formation in the rice paddy field. In Bangladesh, a unit was out filming after they'd had 2 terrible floods where a lot of life was lost. And at that point, they asked the mayor of a town what he put the problem down to. And the whole program was about the chopping down of the trees, and it releases the waters to come down the valleys faster and everything. And the mayor, who, by the way, was dressed in a western shirt, but a loincloth on his lower half, said, well, I put it down to these big flying saucer type shapes that come over our paddy fields and suck out all the water, and it's got to stop. Out of the blue. And last year, 3.5 million gallons of water went missing from a lake in Andover. Overnight, I worked it out that it would take 3 fire brigades 11.5 days to get rid of that water. And where were they going to put it while they were doing it?
You don't think it ended up in Bangladesh?
Well, there is a thing as world balance. They might.
Okay, Reg, we were out at the Pusey Vale the other night. Can you tell me what we're going to see in the video you shot that time last year?
Yeah, it happened on the 24th of July at 12:33. I turned the film on by 12:34, and there was a small light which I first thought was a plane, but it made no noise, and it was close enough to be making noise. It was a light that decreased in size. It was small, about the same brightness perhaps as a star, but as it travelled across the valley, by the time it got to the other side, it almost bleeped out as though it was that was the end of it. Then it came up about 3 or 4 times brighter than a star and changed to a golden colour. The trouble is, when you're dealing with light at night, it saps or sucks the light in, so you're unable to see the colour of it. But I can assure you that it was a golden light, and it stayed in the sky for about 2.5 to 3 minutes at that point when it was stationary, with no noise whatsoever. I always ask myself the question, it's easier to ask what it isn't rather than what it is. And it wasn't a plane, it wasn't a helicopter, it wasn't a balloon, it wasn't a flare. You tell me what else flies, I don't know. Oh, that's great. What is it? It's moving to the right very, very gradually, according to my thing. No, but I've got it on there. Oops.
To me, it's changing shape. It's not maintaining the same sort of quality.
It'd be interesting to hear from Town TV viewers what they think it is. So maybe we'll get some replies next week and we'll put it up for discussion.
Why not? I'm dying to find out.
Thanks for talking to us, Reg.
This is Town's Television, yeah.
We're just about to start the pig racing at the Rare Breeds Farm in Cholderton. We've got 7 runners in this race. Amongst them are Trotter, Streaky Bacon, Roadhog, Porky Pie, and a few others. I'm sure one of them's going to come up the trumps with my stake on it. Here they come, look, and there's, I don't know what that one in the front is. Porky Pie and Streaky Bacon come along with the jockeys on the back. Lester Pigot's been training all these pigs, apparently. Pigot? Get the pun? I think that's quite funny, actually. And the porky stakes on them are £3.15 per pig. Look, here comes the runner. Oh, there's a donkey even following as well. That one there looks like it's the winner. The one with the green trousers and the yellow shirt and the green hat to match, obviously. Lovely, brilliant racing, look. Oh, look at the tail ender here. Oh, he's not even going to get some dinner. Sooty and Sweep on his back there. Oh, look.